Hello, friends. They say a change is as good as a rest, and so I thought I'd change the books behind me. I'm on the other side of the study in the rectory, not the background you're used to seeing me in front of. These bookshelves in particular were built to house the personal library of our first rector, Robert Addison. Those, of course, now are housed in an architecturally designed, purpose-built room, climate-controlled, beautiful room in Addison Hall, our parish hall, where they're enjoyed by scholars and students and indeed the wider parish community. I guess now that I've mentioned that, I should go and do a short video over there, so I will stay tuned for that in the coming days. But I'm on this side of the study because a couple of days ago we were talking about conclave and how various figures, popes in particular, from Roman Catholic history have come into fiction as characters, thinly disguised characters. That reminded me of this set of 6 novels here by Susan Howatch, which we think of as the Starbridge series, and they're called that because they're centered around a cathedral city called Starbridge, which is really a version of Salisbury. And they trace a period of British history and Church of England history, more particularly from the late 1930s up until the late 1960s, which was a time of great change, not only in society, but in the church too, moving from a very conservative, perhaps even hidebound institution to being rocked by the turbulence and the revolution of the 1960s and having to contend with that. And so through these series of 6 novels, Susan Howatch tells a wonderful rollicking stories that grapple with all of these issues in a very engaging and beguiling way. They're not great works of fiction, but she is a wonderful writer, and like I say, she's an extraordinary storyteller, and she does a masterful job at fictionalizing very important figures from the Church of England. So, for example, we have Hensleigh Henson is fictionalized as a bishop of Starbridge. Hensleigh Henson was himself a very well-known bishop of Durham at the time. The gloomy dean of St. Paul's, that's what he was nicknamed, William Ing, is fictionalized as a character. Charles Raven, the Cambridge theologian, again is thinly disguised as a major character. And other people enter into it too, sometimes not fictionalized. Michael Ramsey, John A.T. Robinson, whose book, Honest to God, was a kind of bomb detonated in the Church of England in the 1960s. Austin Farrer, the extremely important Oxford theologian and philosopher. All of these people are part of this, the fabric of this 6-part series that is well worth your attention. I was reading them just before I went to seminary, and Howatch at the end of each novel gives a brief biography of the people she's fictionalized in each novel, and I found the actual biographies or autobiographies of those people in the library at General Seminary, and it was amazing to read their real histories and juxtapose it with their fictionalized selves. I really do encourage you to read them. They're great fun. They are remarkably theological and religious for popular works of fiction, and she does a not bad job of distilling down complex theological ideas and problems into a kind of digestible layman's framework and in a way that advances the stories in each novel. So don't think that they're too churchy. I mean, they're churchy, but in a kind of fun way and sort of even a bit gossipy, and everybody likes something sometimes that's a bit gossipy. So again, something to think about as you're looking for something to read in Lent. The six titles in order are Glittering Images, Glamorous Powers, Ultimate Prizes, Scandalous Risks, Mystical Paths, and Absolute Truths. Those are the 6 Starbridge novels. I highly recommend them. Why don't you dive into them? Give yourself a wonderful fictional experience, a great story, and a little bit of church history while you're at it. Have a wonderful day, friends.